Great weekend for us. 2 sweeps. A year ago, we went 5 with Wake Forest and lost to NC State. So it was a nice little revenge weekend for us at home. And yep, looking forward to this weekend. A lot to prepare for with Pitt and SMU. So we'll be a very challenging weekend in the ACC. Any questions?
How do you prepare for the number one team? We've played them a ton of times, but they have all new personnel.
Well, they return most of their team, so we're familiar with them and their system, and the same goes for them when they're prepping for us. They're familiar with a lot of our players, so we just prepare like we do for every other team, and try to get in the right mindset. And it's tough when you have to play teams back to back. So we really have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to prepare for Pitt and SMU. So we try to balance that as equally as we can. Try to get ready for both teams in 3 days. Yes. Yep.
Oh, that's really important. Didn't they have a set where they hadn't lost a set, right, for a period of time,
Well, they
right?
lost a set to Boston College, but that was it. So they lost a set to Boston College, and then they got beaten 5 by SMU. And SMU also beat Nebraska early in the year.
So it kind of talked about the challenge that SMU presents as well. I mean, everybody looks at, Pitt's coming in town, but
Exactly. I mean, both these games, every game's equally important. I tell our team that even going into this weekend. We talked about this last week press conference. I think there's not an ACC tournament. If you fluff a game or you're not playing well, that can cost you not only the ACC but also a seed in the NCAA tournament. So it's very challenging. No game is more important than the other. Just like this coming up this weekend, we know these opponents have proven themselves against great teams, and Pitt's ranked number 1, first time in program history for this season. They've been number 1 almost the whole year, so they're having an amazing year. And then SMU has had some really fun wins and have proven that they belong in the top of the country as well.
Danny, I was going to ask you about that. You guys have played a bunch of really tough games in the non-conference, but these are conference games, highly ranked.
Yep.
Does the mindset change at all considering what you guys faced earlier in the year?
I don't think so. I think it's a very similar mindset going into each game. And, we learned this the hard way last year, and we're lucky enough to have a great team back, a lot of returners, just how important each game is. So it's like, Wake Forest and NC State were just as important as Pitt and SMU. And so we have to have the same mindset for the entirety of 10 weeks of conference. But it does help for sure that we've played some really good teams, and we got beat badly by a couple really good teams, and I think that sets us up for a better mindset going into this weekend, knowing how hard we have to work and how well we're going to have to play.
Danny, you guys have been on a kind of a similar rise with Pitt in the ACC over the last several years. Have they been or kind of become a key rival for you all?
For sure. I think our programs have a ton of respect for each other, and it's one of those things, it feels a little bit like we've really helped each other, even though we're always trying to beat each other and take over that spot of being the best in the ACC, but we've helped each other become national powerhouses and, get on TV and have marquee matches in the ACC. So it's been annoying a little bit because you want to be the only one, but it's been really cool to have 2 teams doing it at the same time in the same conference, and it just feels like we have a lot of the same mindset, a little bit of that underdog mentality. But even though we're ranked high, they're just a really fun team to play, and team we definitely have a lot of respect for, and continue to have really, really great matches against.
I feel like I'm watching Anna and Charity and Kara. They seem to be playing with a lot of joy right now. I think early in the season I saw maybe a little tension, maybe just a little bit of pressure. Do you feel like they're playing with some reckless abandon right now?
I think our team is in a good spot mentally, and there's a lot out of our control when it comes to rankings and seeding. So we just know we got to play well and take care of business, and good things will happen. And I do think we're playing with joy, and our team is just changing a lot. And I think that's unique and different than a lot of teams across the country. We can do so many different things with our personnel, so that keeps it fresh and fun every single week. And then the committee came out yesterday with their first reveal of the top 16 seeds, and I mean that doesn't mean much, but we were slated at 4, and so I think that is also just helps us from a mentality standpoint and confidence-wise. Like, we've done a lot. Now we need to continue to prove ourselves, but we have done well up to this point.
Top 4 means that we would have a chance to be a regional.
Well, a lot of
things that could happen,
left.
but it is
A lot
a
of
chance.
season left, but it's always nice to be recognized for your hard work up to this point. All right, thanks everybody.